The best teacher captivates the attention of their students day in and day out. Their students not only love being in their class presently, but they also look forward to every new class because they know that there is something exciting that is going to happen in the next class. Now, presenting a good lesson, presenting a fantastic lesson is easier said than done. In this video, I'm going to tell you some tips that will help you present a very good lesson. Coming up. What's up everyone, my name is Ramesh and welcome to another video on Mudgal's Musings, a channel dedicated to increasing your productivity. If this is your first time here and you want to learn how to increase your productivity, consider subscribing because I'll be putting up one interesting video every single week. And don't forget to hit that bell button so that you don't miss out anything interesting on this channel. Somebody said if you give me 6 hours to chop down a tree, I'll spend 4 hours sharpening my axe. Now that applies equally to even a lesson, presenting a good lesson. Now if you're going to present a good lesson, you should be spending a lot of time preparing for that lesson. The planning and the preparation is the first and the foremost important factor that you need to keep in your mind. Every lesson must start with a pitch. You need to grab the attention of your students. Once you have grabbed the attention of the students, it is important that you retain their attention. You need to continue feeding them with activities. You need to continue giving them those activities and engagement opportunities wherein they feel engaged, they feel active throughout the lesson. The third thing that you need to keep in mind is that you have students of different backgrounds. You have students of different abilities. So your lesson must meet the requirements of every single set of learners. The fourth aspect that you need to keep in mind to present a good lesson is to build a connection between what they are learning in the classroom to the real life situations. Even if it is mathematics, the languages, or sciences, or social studies, you should always try and find a way of connecting it to what's happening in the outside world. Or else the students are always going to have this question, why am I learning this? What am I doing in this classroom? Why is it important for me? Now listen to this fifth tip. A good lesson leads to active, cognitive and collaborative learning. Active means the students are having something to do with their hands-on. It is providing opportunities for hands-on learning. There are manipulatives that are being used by you as a teacher. It could be any subject for that matter. Even in languages, manipulatives or certain material could be used where the students are building something, creating something, or even breaking something apart. Then Cognitive is absolutely leading the students to thinking through your questions and through questioning each other. The students are challenging their thinking. They are going to the higher level of thinking, which is not just recalling the information, which means what, where, who, and all that. But instead of that, why or why not, how. These kind of questions are also going to lead the students to think beyond and think at a higher level. Integrating the collaborative aspect in the learning is an equally important point for you to deliver a good lesson. Tip number 6 for you to deliver a good lesson is that you need to be passionate, you need to be energetic, you need to be fully charged. You cannot be slacking down. Your lesson will have to maintain that speed and accuracy and the momentum throughout the lesson. And it's not enough that you're only talking. You should be letting the students engaged in the lessons. They take part, they take initiative, they ask questions to each other. And when you have assigned them some tasks which they could be and they should be doing independently, you take a look around the classroom, you walk around the classroom, you supervise their work, you help the students who are struggling, you encourage the students who are struggling. You're also going to appreciate the students who are taking the lead and who are showing a lot of interest in coming out with new ideas. So this way, your lesson is definitely going to be a good lesson. The seventh tip, which I consider is a very important one, is that you need to assess the progress of your students at the beginning of the lesson, where they were, in the middle of the lesson, where they are, and at the end of the lesson, where they are. That means the learning outcomes or the learning objectives that you had set out to achieve for your students, whether they are meeting them, how many of them are meeting them. You could assess this by making use of some plenary quizzes. It could be a little worksheet that you give them, or it could be some kind of a group discussion, or the entire class comes out and then presents something to the other groups of students over there. So there are multiple ways in which you need to plan, to assess, and to evaluate and to ascertain whether the learning objectives that you had set out to achieve, you have been able to achieve for your students. The last and also a very crucial tip for you to deliver a good lesson is that after you have delivered the lesson, you need to do a bit of a post-mortem. Spend a little time on reflecting how the lesson went. That's all on Mudgal's Musings this week. Thanks for watching this video. Like it if you like it, and do share the video with your friends and acquaintances so that the others also benefit by watching this video. Question of the day: what are your tips for presenting a good lesson? Do mention in the comment section below. Till I see you next time, have a wonderful time ahead. Bye bye.